Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting stuff when it comes to Best Buy in regards to consoles still in stock. Other various areas and locations also as well, kind of popping in and out depending on your locale. And as well, we also did have a nice little proper drop we're going to talk about because we did kind of go and call it, and we did also see the stock arrivals and movements that we report up on the channel itself a little bit ago. So a lot of stuff kind of go in and talk about over here too in general. So cool stuff, cool vibes, get all that good stuff. And like I said, we'll also have the links down below too as well in case you guys are going to pick up any console. So let's go and dive into the video itself. As well as any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller, and as well, like I said, we also have the Xbox links down below because those are still in stock, available for probably same day, same pickup for Best Buy itself. And let's go talk about a bunch of little random various things all throughout the day that we actually were expecting quite a bit. So first and foremost, for all of you lovely folks out there, hello. We actually did go and finally have, after many weeks, many months, I think at this point too, a PlayStation 5 restock up online for Best Buy. So we did have a chance to go and cover on that about like a few days ago. We did make a notion that the East Coast did have a pretty big warehouse stock supply. If you guys do remember, we made a video on that, and I want to share the news because although we were seeing walk-ins, it did seem somewhat different because we never really saw a lot of the big warehouses kind of sit on stock for a while, and I think a lot of the expectations and guesses I think we had over here so far were pretty much right. So very awesome to go and see that content actually be on top of that in the first place. So all around cool with that. So we did have a PlayStation 5 restock that happened today. Although more so the reason why I'm bringing this up too as well, because it is a little bit after the drop itself, is first and foremost, we have been still seeing additional waves. So as at least at the time I'm making this video at 3 o'clock, we have actually been seeing other regions and other areas go get some stock arrivals. So what I mean by that is that online, if you guys are in kind of like a bigger city, I think for me in Chicago, and I kind of want to talk about this too, the stock actually kind of lasted a long time. We'll talk about that like right after. But basically for this, it seems like the PlayStation 5 is still popping up in other rural areas. Now we do sometimes see this when it comes to Best Buy drops, where like, let's say in like, I'm in Chicago. We have a lot of folks all living around me. I'm like, just a lot of folks in general. So a lot of people knowing about drops or would see the tweets or mentions or even like a YouTube video like this, news articles, whatever it is. A lot of that stock's usually pretty gone. Although we did have a surprising second and third wave, though, for Best Buy, which is actually kind of surprising. I would say like you're in like New York, Florida, Texas, or whatever. But a lot of the regions that are still more in the lower, like, I guess, population levels, so think like a Minnesota or a Wyoming or like those weird places like that, we actually have seen quite a few folks still saying either that their stores are still popping up, like someone even checked literally like 5 minutes ago, which is why I'm kind of stressing this video a little bit, that they still had stock for their spot. So it's maybe worth casually checking and seeing if you guys would like to. And like I said, I'll have the easy Xbox link at least down below for you guys if you guys want to pick that up too as well. You can just basically go to the website if you guys want to, just for the easy access for it. So that's kind of the one big news. We have the drop itself, and there is still maybe some chances depending on your area, probably throughout the next few hours. Although once again, it's probably on the unlikely side. If literally one person gets a console, I'm happy with that at the end of the day. Although there should probably be more than just literally one random folk. But I did want to go make a note on it, is that we did see quite a few folks over here. So we have the homie over here, like a Dev fan, I know. Let's see over here. Had a chance to go pick up the console on top of this too with the easy, like you called it in your video. Thanks. That is just, I feel like it would make a lot of sense. We have the Xbox drop, we saw the stock drop, we see the PlayStations, and there has been like around like a 2-week notice, although there has been like a little taper off since the walk-ins themselves. It kind of just made a lot of sense. So you know what, I saw a lot of folks out there, I saw a lot of tweets, saw a lot of messages, a lot of people getting happy consoles, so I'm pretty happy to go and see that. Like big thumbs up to at least for me. So let's go on that one. So yeah, anyway, I want to talk about the drop itself, because as you guys still have a chance to get the consoles, and we'll give you guys more heads up, like if you guys tried the app glitch, where basically go and see if it's unavailable or canceled, and you guys do see stock in your local stores for walk-ins, let me know. We may want to report on that tomorrow if we see any stock or see movement or whatever, or just throughout the day. I know sometimes whenever like a proper normal drop happens, like an actual restock, how it was for Best Buy, we do also sometimes see a lot of like flow off or backlog, I guess, or whatever, when it comes to extra stock, when it comes to stock available. We see that a lot for the BJ's wholesalers in the East Coast, where they would do an online drop, and then typically they'd also have extra stock for in-stores. So it could also be a combination of the two, so we'll kind of go and see. So if you guys check your stores or check for walk-ins or have any information for that one, let us know so we can go report on it and keep people in the loop itself. So, but the big kind of thing to note too is also, we also still have been seeing the Xboxes. So as I mentioned, we'll have a link down below if you guys just want to get your normal Xbox Series X on retail itself. I actually made a post on this yesterday and talked talked about it for the drops, and a lot of folks actually have still been getting their Xboxes, actually surprisingly so. So if you guys want to, I'll have the affiliate link down below. This should be, in theory, I think in stock. We've been seeing a lot of people just being like, yeah, I'm able to get one pretty easy, although all the other locations have sold out as before. So we had the Amazons or even Walmarts or even a lot of Targets. So in case you guys do want to get your Xbox Series X's, I'd say don't wait. It's probably worth getting it. You go order it for that same day and pick it up at your same store too as well, or throughout the next few days, either or, depending on how your store and area stock should be. So make sure you guys go pick it up if you guys want to. We've been seeing loads of them out there. But when it comes to the PlayStation 5 drop itself, this drop was actually kind of surprising. So at least for my own area in Chicago, it sold out. We had a double wave though. So we had one initial restock wave, and then a lot of it sold out as per usual. It's in the queue and all that. And I think a lot of folks actually had a little bit of like a janky type drop where it didn't go the worst, but there was still a lot of like in-bed issues where there was issues, there were some bugs, there was just some, things just not going right. Not the funnest thing out there, but at least we did see a decent amount of folks getting their consoles. But the bigger thing too is that there was actually a secondary wave. So the first one's whatever. People are trying to get their consoles, bigger influx. People give up, people send the queue, and they're like, whatever, I'm not going to get it. I'll just wait until the next restock. Part two of that was stock came back. And now it's intriguing because when the stock came back, it was actually up for kind of a long time. Now, granted, there was a little errors and other stuff tied on in, but at least in terms of people checking, I was getting tweets for probably like quite a few, probably like a half hour or so when the first initial drop can happen. So that's very intriguing to know, which actually might lead to maybe some nicer, slightly better things too, where at the end of the day, at least maybe these drops are slightly lasting just a little teensy tiny bit longer. Although some locations like say Target definitely been going out of stock very quick, or even say Amazon, a good example is on Walmart, or at least the last drop did go last a nice solid 30-50 minutes. Now once again, there is like a little bit of a queue system, so it's kind of staggered, where it's not 50,000 people all trying to get one console, all literally the 1 second. And then it just instantly sells out. It's maybe more of okay, 100, and then 100, and then 100, and then 100, just really quickly. But at least it is kind of nice because it does seem like this, it's, the pressure's just off a little bit. If you see a tweet, or you see a PS Direct, or you see all these other various things, there is still some pressure with it. You still have to worry about it. You still have to go and stress it. You still have to be oh my God, I still have to have my payment information quick, and I'll have my address quick, make sure it's the right store really quick. You still have to stress it. You still got to worry. You still got to watch the drop itself. But I do want to say we are slowly, I always feel my guesses is always maybe 1 or 2 months off. But we're slowly getting to the point where it's you see the console, you don't have to instantly tense up and instantly freak out and instantly run to your laptop, or maybe the next few months, hopefully. After all this time, it's been 17 months. But basically, maybe at some point we'll be able to just go and be oh, it's in console. Oh, it's in stock. Let me casually walk to my laptop. Oh, I forgot my phone in the car. Oh, or my wallet in my car. Oh, no worries. Let me casually stroll out there. Okay, I'm still back. Oh, it's still in stock. Great. Let me go and type in the address. Imagine it being so slow that even your grandma can fill it out, where she's well, we live at 123 Parkway, right? And then, it's just a little bit nicer and chiller. So we are slowly getting to that point, because it did seem like this Best Buy drop, even for other very smaller population locales, as we mentioned at the start of the video, we're still having some stock, even probably as of right this second. Although, once again, if you're in, say, Chicago, there's always that chance for, a third wave, but I kind of doubt it throughout the days, a bit later on throughout the drop itself. But at least the drop was up there for a while. Now, as I mentioned, there was little issues in terms of websites loading and other various things. I totally get that. But just the fact that it did seem like it was at least a decent amount of normal folks getting consoles, and at least a decent amount of just people in general chilling and able to get their stuff, it does make me a little bit on the happier side. And more so, like I said, more so just the length of the overall restock is what kind of truly goes and makes me a little bit on the happier side. Because as it keeps on getting slightly longer and longer and longer, at some point we'll maybe have PlayStation 5 restocks where it's maybe up for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is, there's actually a good chance for it. So in the very, very near future, hopefully we'll get there. In the very near future, hopefully we could all get our consoles. But I want to say, although it wasn't the best restock ever, it did happen. We knew it was coming. And as well, higher chance for also walk-ins too. So like I said, go and check and leave a comment down below and let us know if it does or does not for your local store, if it shows up the app or the app glitch or whatever. As well as we mentioned a bunch, the Xbox Series X is still up in stock. If you guys want to pick it on up, I'll have that link down below, just in case you guys would want to go pick one up and have a nice little good time with that. And as well, same thing too for another additional stuff too for those lower population areas. Might be worth casually checking and seeing if any consoles will pop up for all of you y'all. So yeah, guys, all around cool little stuff. Nice little midday video. We'll give you guys more details throughout the day too as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. And sign up for Weeble, sign up for Coinbase, and all the other various stuff down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Love you guys.